Now more than ever, Lowe's knows you don't just want a low price, you want the lowest price. And with our lowest price guarantee, you can count on us for competitive prices on all your home improvement projects. If you find a qualifying lower price somewhere else on the same item, we'll match it. Lowe's, we help, you save. Price match applies the same item, current price at qualifying retailers. Exclusions and terms apply. Learn how we'll match price at lowes.com/lowest price guarantee.
You say you feel disenchanted, 'cause lately he takes you for granted. Still faithful, true, and remain, and to hurt, so have I.
Boom, boom.
You pour out your heart, and I listen, and we catch a vibe reminiscing. Temptation so strong, not to mention the yearning inside.
But what kind of man would I be if I lived unfaithfully? And what kind of girl would you be if you did the same? Whoa, ha, ha, whoa, ha, whoa, ha. Ha, whoa, ha, ha, whoa, 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 ha.
Whoa ha, whoa ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha 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 ha, whoa ha ha, whoa ha ha ha. Ha ha.
Whoa ha whoa ha whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha whoa ha whoa ha ha ha. Whoa ha ha whoa ha whoa ha 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 whoa ha whoa ha ha ha.
Whoa ha ha ha, whoa ha ha. Whoa ha 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 ha. Ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha ha ha, oh ha ha ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha 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 ha, oh ha ha, wah!
It's glitching. It's glitching.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Blackest Show About Nothing. It's Jade and XD.
Choodaloo.
Yes. Hey everybody, we're still we're still living in a post Coretta Scott King world. I just want to remind everybody, that's where we're at in this world. Still,
Teardrops in heaven. Ugh.
Yeah. But how was your week, Jade of all Jades?
Oh, it was great. I have a new AKA. We got to bring our AKAs back, especially because it's the new year.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Next time, we'll bring it back.
Should I save it for next time then?
Well, no, I want to know now.
Well, you know how you and Mark and the bunch have F and Q?
Yes.
Dustin did his little, fake cussing out on the phone that he does, trying to act like I'm the villain. And so, we were having an intimate conversation. And he was like, no, I'm talking to you as my nigger sister friend.
NSF.
NSF, that's what I said. Not say for anything. It's NSF ellipses.
Oh,
and I said, Dustin, that is my new AKA. NSF, nigger sister friend.
Oh my goodness. That's funny.
Because, he was trying to play me funny. To the left.
That's funny. What else did you do this week? How was
What I do this week? we coming back from the holiday, and I don't feel quite here. I'm not here. I told you about the balloon exhibit? Did I tell you about that?
Maybe not, because I would have had a visceral reaction. Because I hate balloons.
Oh, then yeah, you would have. It's an entire inflatable exhibit here in New York, and so we took Noah at the end of the break when it's the only time she could do anything because she had fucking RSV all Christmas break.
Fun.
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. And so took her to that. That was a good time. What did I do this week? Oh, we threw a birthday party for my friend Mariam. We had a service, a memorial service and funeral for my dear friend Fumi, who passed. I listened to a lot of like Nigga Logic. So, when you gather all of your homeboys, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them be of Hotep natures. And so one of my nearest and dearest, who I love very much, we're all out to eat after the funeral. And it's him and Tristan and another one of our homeboys all politicking. It's a couple of quotes from this particular interaction that took me down to my knees.
Okay.
The nature of this is not funny, but his response to it is, I just love black people of a certain ilk. So Antoinette and I are talking about the war, going on right now. And, all of the awful, awful, awful actions of the Israeli government. All right. And we're going off. And here comes this nigga. I mean, we're having a full-blown conversation. He's clearly listening to this for at least 6-7 minutes. He goes, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know what Zionism is, and I'm grateful. I said, this is also my same homeboy who pointed out to us that Hitler didn't really die in that war. Hitler went on to live on a tropical island.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I got some of that.
Is he a flat earther?
I wouldn't be surprised, and it would just bring me more joy. It would just bring me more joy. This is a person that you don't argue with. You just let them say the things that they say, and you just love them for who they are, Outside of anything egregious, obviously. There's nothing egregious to the point where he goes, no, he didn't. But, it's like niggas saying Tupac lived in the Bahamas for all those years, or Cuba.
Here's the thing. Listen. He showed up at Coachella. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
and said, what is up, Coachella?
I will never be comfortable with that.
And said, what's up, Coachella? Coachella was invented a year after he
Do you remember
died.
where you were when you watched that?
I was in my bed.
Oh, frightening.
I was shook. Okay. Yeah. I rose out of my bed like the dead, like he did, because I was like, what is going on?
I know exactly where I was. I was in Crown Heights at my homegirl's apartment. And me, her, and her man were all sitting around. Was Tristan there too? I can't remember. This might have been before Tristan. But we're all sitting around. And they brought it up to me. And I was like, And I went and looked. And I watched that fucking video. And I said, oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Friend. I watched it live, friend. That shit was motherfucking scary. It was in the midnight hour, too. I'll never forget it. It was in all white.
Yeah. Do you think, was that like... You know, we have our nigga logic, and then we also have, you know, was that like AI before we realized what AI was?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
And it was the start of the end, right?
Yeah.
Because if you have this computerized image of this dead person, you know, oh, if we could do it here, what? Just imagine all the possibilities.
No.
You know.
No.
I feel like everybody, like all of Hollywood studios talks like the Lucky Charms person. Like, think of all the possibilities. Betty's the cream, Betty's the cream. You know how to like milk the American wallet. You know what I mean?
That's frightening.
Mm-hmm.
That's frightening. I don't even like them remaking these songs and shit.
It was unsettling. Like, I remember when Kim said Kanye got her a hologram of her daddy. Talking about, hey, Kim.
I saw that.
And had the hologram praising Kanye for being a great husband, which is so weird because that nigga never met that nigga before.
Literally never. He did not have any clue who he was.
Speaking of Robert Kardashian, you know what's so wild that have you noticed that everything, like, there are monumental moments that change the world? Like, you know, 9/11 spawned how we respond to travel. I know I have to tell you a story. How we respond to travel, how Cuban Missile Crisis, how the world responds to, like, nuclear or whatever. Mm-hmm. But the impact of the 1994 O.J. Simpson police chase is like one of those milestones. Because it's clearly where Los Angeles stopped growing and evolving.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's like everything
you know my
stopped
theory.
after the chase. Like,
so what happened in Miami? Was it the Everglades and the cocaine? Because Miami stopped growing in 1989.
It stopped when Versace got killed.
Oh, facts. What about Atlantic City?
When they invented the wiretap system.
COINTELPRO. We need scientists and historians on the show.
Oh, you missed it because you're not on Twitter
anymore.
But you know how they do community notes for like when people post a link and then like it'll be something erroneous. They'd be like, oh, this bird is saving this family from like fire, and it's really like this is from a movie. Like in the community notes underneath the link. Oh yeah, it's interesting.
I don't think
So either way, there was somebody who posted about Martin Luther King. The FBI posted about celebrate Martin Luther King. And then in the community notes, the community author was like, yeah, the FBI killed MLK, which responded them to make a response and was like, the FBI understands the gross misuse of power due to J. Edgar Hoover and stuff, but we're still going to continue in honoring this man's legacy. I was like, that's funny.
Right, you shan't.
Funny.
But that ain't no different than Puffy making Missing You after Biggie died.
Yeah, and killing him.
You killed him.
Yeah.
So, hello. Good morning. What?
Let's pay some bills. So thank you for listening each and every week. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that we out here. Also, subscribe to us on Patreon. You know the vibes. That's where you get all the uncensored versions of things and the visuals. I know last week was free because it was the new year and all that good stuff. But if you want life after lockup and more, subscribe to the Patreon. There's over 1,000 things. We cover a whole bunch of stuff. We're going to find some more black shit to watch. We've been covering a lot of white shit. But white people are fascinating where you're not familiar with their work or territory.
I love a study.
Yes. Yes, I love an anthropological study. Yeah, like I do feel like Jane Goodall. It's like gorillas in the mist. We're just in their habitat.
Speaking of which, I heard. So I seen this video of this white girl singing, but she was singing like some kind of. I don't like that word. She was singing some sort of like Nordic original chant, right? And somebody, the caption on it or whatever was like, she is summoning the ancestors. And I was like, ooh. And then I'm reading the comments, and the comments are like, this is indigenous Nordic bubble. And I was like,
I mean, there were
I know what indigenous
there.
Actually means.
Yeah, I mean, there could be indigenous natives to Norway.
It has to be. What? It has to be.
Like,
African, because that couldn't have. When y'all be like, everybody came from Africa. I don't think so. I combat that. I don't have no proof, and I don't have no science.
We all may have came from Pangea, but we have not come from, you know what I mean? I don't think life all started in Africa. I think,
Heidi and them was in the mountains, and they are their own kind. That is their own ilk. Just so y'all know, that is not my ilk.
Yeah, it's different kinds, right? But yes, Patreon. You get shit like this and more. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's free $99. You get some stuff on there, not as much as you get on Patreon, but it's a good time over on YouTube. So, and if you're listening to this, go subscribe. It's free. It's freer than you and me. Yeah. We give out the real each and every week, more than, the hardest working podcast ever. We should change our names to Dylan.
I'm very down for that.
Because, we work. Yeah. And we works for you, right?
Yeah. It's for the people.
Join our Discord. Join the Cult of Chaos, man. It is,
we should rebrand ourselves as a political podcast. We do be for the people. And we do be informing them in our own ways. It's like my homegirl Mariam, who says wild shit. She says wild shit, but it always makes sense in the end. Like the other day, Santana was saying something about, I can't remember what she was talking about. I forget. She was talking about something, and just here come Mariam out of nowhere. That's war, ma. That's war food, ma. And so, of course, like the first thing everybody does is like, what? But then when she starts going into the explanation of like spam in Hawaii and in the Philippines and, canned
food, yeah.
Koreans eating hot dogs and shit like that, we think about, it's like, you know what? That's war food, ma. And now at least once a day, I say to myself out of nowhere, that's war food, ma.
That's the war food, ma. Yeah, yeah.
But we are a political podcast because we be working for the people. We be informing them about shit. Like, hello, we was talking about Jonathan Majors before niggas was talking about Jonathan Majors. Maybe we're a spiritual podcast. Religious, but we got the explicit content on there. Oh,
yeah, yeah. Good Christians, bad choices, or something.
The girls would laugh at that one. They'd have to. Erica Jamila would have to laugh at that one. Good Christians, bad choices. But that's
what the Bible's all about. Yes, subscribe to all that. Join the Cult of Chaos in our Discord. It is free to join. You can find it in the description box wherever you're listening. And each time you ask where you can find things, that just lets us know each time more and more that you don't read the description box. So, help us help you. We put stuff there for a reason.
No, just be like niggas with the sign says open or it says pull, and they continue to push, and I just don't. One day we just go and disappear the description box. It's not gonna have nothing in it.
I have thought about doing that several times, just posting and just vibes.
Just put episode.
Yeah.
This episode is about
title.
stuff.
Yes, this episode is about stuff. Title. Matter of fact.
No. Podcast episode.
Yeah.
That's what the fucking numbers she been keeping track of can actually come into use.
Oh my gosh. I was talking to Chris about like podcast titling and stuff because I was talking to him about how sometimes we listen to like certain podcasts and they get away with reading ads all crazy wild. And I'm like, if we say one word off, it's like,
excuse me, it's apple, not apple cinnamon.
Right.
I'm like, all
and
right.
I was like, that's like, we can't name the shows like we want to, like Wigger Jim.
Right. Or Sister Nigger Friend or whatever.
Yeah. S&F. That's what this is called today. But yes, subscribe and join the Discord, join the Cult of Chaos. We have a good time, and we'll be back with more. I have to tell Jade how I had to eat humble pie again.
Oh.
Against my will. But anywho, let's take a break and we'll be back. Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? The money you earn can be in your hands today with Earnin. Earnin is an app that gives you access to your pay as you work, up to $100 per day or up to $750 per pay period. Just download the Earnin app and verify your paycheck, then access up to $100 a day as you work and leave an optional tip. Any money you access plus tips are automatically repaid from your next paycheck. I have used Earnin in the past, and it has gotten me through. I firmly believe that life doesn't happen bi-weekly, so why should payday? So make Earnin a part of your financial routine and join Earnin's over 3.5 million customers who say, when I think about Earnin, I think about financial stability, security, and it gives me a lot of peace of mind. Download Earnin today, spelled EARNIN, in the Google Play or Apple App Store. When you download the Earnin app, type in Jade XD under podcast. When you sign up, it'll really help the show. Jade XD under podcast. Subject to your available earnings, daily max, and pay period max. See earnin.com/TOS for details. Earnin is a financial technology company, not a bank. Bank products are issued by Evolve Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
No, this one came out of nowhere. I was actually considering 3 or 4 other movies, and this came on a Friday night, and I had to make a decision on the Monday. And that was a really tough weekend because Robin Williams smashed this thing so hard.
And we're back. So, you know how I feel about Clear and Pre-Check and all those things. Mm-hmm. Well, last time we chatted, I told you that I went out with Crystal and Chrissy Chula, and I used it at the Beyonce concert. Mm-hmm. And they said, to reactivate it is free, whatever. I forgot I reactivated it. And I forgot that I didn't pay to reactivate it. So all of a sudden, the other day, I realized I see $200 come out of my account. So now I have Clear. That's okay. I have Clear now. Yeah, I have Clear. And
have you used it?
No. However, during Christmas time, I was tempted to, but I wasn't ready for that argument. I wasn't ready to be like a Dear Jezebel, type of thing. Like, should I leave my nigga because I have pre-check and clear and he doesn't? Like, you know what I mean?
I do it all the time. What do you mean? And Tristan's listening to this right now. And my love, you already know. I have told this nigga on multiple occasions, apply for this shit. And you know what happens? I go to the other side and I sit on the bench. I don't take my shoes off. Then nothing comes out of my bag. It's great. I don't. Except for when I wear them gold buckle Birkenstocks. Those are the worst. Don't wear those to the airport. But outside of that, no electronics come out my bag. I don't take I don't have to do the things. And then I end up sitting on the other side waiting for him, but I'm in peace. But we certainly get to the airport. And listen, we 12 years in this thing. And I'd be like, see you on the other side. I love you. Just let me know when you make it through. And I'll meet you.
Well, next time we fly, I'm about to use it. But I am like, you know what? I'm just gonna break down and get pre-check, and it's even. I realize I can't fight this alone, right? So I'm conceding. Good. I still feel the way that I feel about it. However, if you can't beat them, join them.
Willkommen, nigga. Willkommen to the right side of things.
I was so fucking mad. I was like, $200. How long does this? Is that annually, or is that like every 5 years?
No, it's not every 5. I feel like pre-check is every 5, but I feel like, and I don't remember it being $200 for clear.
Well, $187.
Okay, yeah, that might be annually or every 2. I mean, even annually, it makes sense.
Let me see how long this fucking lasts. Anywho, you're supposed to tell me some stuff.
Yes. Okay. So I'm talking to my homegirl on the phone in the Netherlands, right? And so she's watching Aladdin. And so, singing random parts, and we both start singing Arabian Nights, which got me to thinking. I was like, Arabian Nights? What was this? What culture was Aladdin supposed to be based off of? I literally never thought about that before, right? So,
What do you think? It's some broad blanket Arab nation.
Okay. Keep that in mind, what you just said. So, then my homegirl's partner, for all intents and purposes, fiance actually. Fiance comes in the room, and he's like, it used to be partner, now it's fiance. He's like, oh, something Aladdin. And here goes us, two ignorant ass fucking Americans. Aladdin! Is that the way you said some Dutch shit? It's always that.
Yeah.
So then it got me, I was like, wait, hold on. I was like, if this is supposed to be based off of some nondescript Arab culture, and this nigga just said Aladdin, like, if I think about it, the niggas I know are not getting ready to say Aladdin. That sounds like some nasty ass American shit. Aladdin. Think about it. Aladdin sounds more on point, right? So then I'm like, so when we laughing, but then aside, I'm like, wait a minute, he might have a point. So I was like, what you know about Aladdin? Like, what culture is this based off? He was like, Persian culture.
That is okay. That makes sense based off Jasmine and the Sultan.
So
part.
I hit my homegirl, who's Puerto Rican and of Persian descent. And so I was like, and very, very well versed in both sides of herself, right? So I can hit her up about either one. So she actually used to have a cat named Aladdin. It is Aladdin. And so the original Aladdin story was based off of almost like a Indo-Chinese. It was like a Chinese story, but it was like Muslim Chinese culture, which then she was like, I forget, what did she say it was? She said, there was like a dispersing, which is why when people identify as like they speak Arabic, but she's like, but Arab is like a umbrella because there's so many cultures that fall under that. I forget like the whole zhush. But the point of all of this was to tell you that the shit is not Aladdin. It's Aladdin.
Aladdin, warrior prince. A noble heart in a land where thieves run feral. Jasmine!
You like it?
Oh, Persia was a massive empire and were also like spreading Islam. So the empire went from Arab lands across the Silk Road to Indochina. It's just wild.
When it comes to thinking about Disney and stuff like that, I feel like, or just making things palatable to American audiences, I think everything when it comes to like Middle Eastern cultures, not necessarily now, but well, not as much now, but before there was like this blanket way of making the Middle East palatable.
Think about
unquote, right?
Arabian Nights, like
I sing that all the
Arabian.
time.
Nobody.
There's nothing to it.
There's no country called Arabia.
No,
Like, there's
no,
it's
not
not.
at all.
But she did say that was based off of a holiday or something where it's like 1,001 days or something like that. I gotta go back and listen again. But back to your point about this blanketed, continue.
Like this blanketed statement, like either to make it seem like exotic, like how they talk about they used to talk about the quote unquote Orient.
Yes, exactly.
You
Which is
know,
why
like
a lot of
this-
our grandparents said foolishness like Oriental when it ain't nothing Oriental but tea sets and rugs.
Exactly. And same scenario. This racist blanket term to pacify white Eurocentric ideas.
Or even when they would depict because this was essentially originally with Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Roald Dahl was trying to depict the Oompa Loompas were brown skin. They didn't wear any clothes.
Oh yeah, they were like pygmies in the thing. Like Willy Wonka's a racist ass book.
Absolutely.
Or Wonka and the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Damn, I bought that whole Roald Dahl set for Noah. It's crazy. But yes, it's a Eurocentric idea, like how they thought, first of all, Africa being the largest fucking continent, that everybody is the same and everybody runs around with no shoes on and no clothes and no nothing, and they're ignorant to any Western standards of civilization and all of that. That's what they do with everything. They started getting better.
I forget the name. This black girl, she's in Nigeria or some part of Africa, and she responds to ignorant comments about Africa. She's like, they have Wi-Fi in Africa? And so she like films herself
In front of a
going to,
giraffe
like, the
and
trees
shit?
and be like, yes, we have to hunt for Wi-Fi.
She's like, you see the horns on top of the giraffe?
Yeah.
They send satellites.
Yes. Or it would be killing me. They'd be like, they have phones in Africa, and she'd be in front of an AT&T store in Nigeria.
It should be like, no, I am actually filming this from the eyeball of a rhinoceros. Or something like that.
Yes,
Should be
I love
cracking
her.
me up. But yes, exactly that. But I had to share with you that it is not Aladdin. It is Aladdin.
Aladdin. And it makes you wonder, like, how many other, not even wonder, I know for a fact that there's a whole bunch more. Like, you think about The Jungle Book, right? And how,
Lord.
first of all, wild, right? This idea of, you know,
Mowgli.
this little Mowgli. Even if it Rudyard Kipling, you know, it's like, I get it. It was a book and all that good stuff, but still, a lot of books are racist.
Absolutely. Especially when it was written then. I got to go back and read Alice in Wonderland and see if there was any racist connotations in that.
It probably was.
The white rabbit.
Right. I know it was more than cocaine in that.
Alice in Wonderland is absolutely about a very strong LSD trip, and this is not LSD shaming, but somebody took an amount.
Frogs, battery acid, peyote, angel dust.
That fucking Cheshire
It was like
Cat
a Future
alone.
album. It was a whole Future album in 2 hours.
No, Future albums that's different. Alice in Wonderland was a trip. You know what I'm saying? A very strong shroom strand, or like I said, an acid trip. Actually, I think it was an acid trip, LSD. But Future albums are just it's like being in a cave with a red light and a lot of codeine.
It's just about working hard, putting that work in, and just having that confidence. If I was a role model, I wouldn't want them to do the same exact thing that I'm doing, because the shit that I do is like one of none. I feel like I'm one of none. I don't feel like nobody need to be like me exactly how I am. I'm the only one that do.
Yeah, like Breaking Bad.
Like very sad.
Yes.
I tried to watch Breaking Bad. I made it through the whole first season and still hated it. And people be so astonished. They're like, you didn't like Breaking Bad. I didn't. Now what?
Well, the first season is awful. I'm not going to lie to you.
But I should not have to be like the whole first season of a show is awful.
That's how I feel about The Wire.
No, because the first season wasn't bad. It was the second season, and we've been having this conversation. With The Wire, in the second season was the docs. And the only thing that I would critique is the fact that the docs should not have been an entire season. It was integral to the storytelling, but it shouldn't have been an entire season. It could have been a half a season. Tristan and I have been having this conversation a lot, actually.
I see.
You see? So like you needed the setup of it. It just didn't need to be an entire season. They could have done like 4 episodes on the docs and been able to wrap that up and tell it the way they needed to.
Maybe we should rewatch The Wire.
I was going to. He started rewatching it after we were having these conversations. And so I said I was going to as well. I think we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Anne of Green Gables is like The Wire, but just in Canada in the 1800s. I don't know where that was that was a chance lie. That was the stepsisters or Cinderella trying to make their shoe fit, nigga.
Yeah, it's cool. My mother is very, very jealous that we're watching Anne of Green Gables.
You told me, and I don't know why. Well, she could watch it too.
Because there's no app. I told her she would have to watch it on her phone, and that wasn't a thing.
Can she beam to the computer?
This is a woman who calls me to ask me what her password is for an email that I did not set up 10 years ago. So beaming and streaming things is just not a thing.
I don't know who's worse, her or my father. My father used to have us pull up the paper, like when you could first start accessing the internet to like see like your national papers and stuff. So he would have us pull up the paper, but then we would have to come and click to the next page when he was ready to keep going. He also called me the other day and was like, Jay, I'm trying to take your mother like somewhere, like 4 days or something. Their anniversary is in next month, 40 years. And so he wants to do a series of things. And one of, I know, crazy, right? And he wants to do like a trip as part of like all his stuff. He's like, how do you find out like who has good deals and what's going on? I was like, I don't know, nigga, but I'll go look. I'll go look for you. I'll let you know what I find. But imagine me being the person that somebody comes to for technology questions. It's a sad household.
I don't know. Listen, you automatically come your parents' tech geek squad, like regardless of how old you are.
Yeah. Noah asked me the other day. She's like, "Did you change the settings in my TikTok?" I said, "Girl, I don't even know how to do that." Like, I did not. Ask your father.
Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea how things operate. Like even now, like I had to get a new phone because my screen stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I was trying to hold on. I asked the internet, should I get a new phone? They were like, no, stay. And I was like, okay, fine. But then as soon as I asked, that's when this shit stopped fucking working. So I was like, you know what? Just stop saying shit on the internet. So
there's that.
I
wish a lot of people would take heed to that.
Right. So I have this new phone and I have no idea.
What do you have, 15?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, I told your black ass to get a refurbished phone.
Yeah. And I've already been chastised by the internet.
Okay.
Yes, about
good
that. But
but now that we're here, I don't know what to tell you because I don't have a 15.
Yeah. But I was also trying to ask Chris, I'm like, can you help me do this or whatever? He looked at me, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, nigga, you younger than me, aren't you tapped in this?
I was like, you're the cougar in this relationship.
Yes. I'm like, don't you do social media for a living? Help me. Like,
nigga. I'm the big purr. You're the little one. You're supposed to know.
Yeah. I was like, my trainer gave me this app to download. And like, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I have to put in my own stuff, but then I have to connect it to my scale because I have a Bluetooth scale. Wow. And then I have to connect it to my watch. It's a thing.
So that's one that you don't stand on. Or you do stand on?
No, it is. I've had this scale for a while. I had this back in Brooklyn. It's it says like electric shocks through your system. And it like it's conducted through the water in your body. And so like it gives you a more accurate reading. So it doesn't just tell you your weight, it tells you your BMI, your skeletal mass. It tells you a whole bunch of other information.
GeneRadar is a mobile diagnostic device in which you can take a drop of blood or saliva or any other body fluid, stick it into a nanochip, insert it into our mobile device, and in real time diagnose what disease a person has. It works.
But this app that my trainer has, he like I have to put in like the workouts, and he was like, you can access the nutrition and the workouts through this app. And I'm like trying to look, and I'm just like, fucking help me. And I'm just this is.
And you're the person I go to for tech questions. So that's not helping.
Listen, I was trying to learn CapCut the other day just to, to keep myself on my toes.
Oh God. You want to talk about something in German.
Every tween and teenager better work for fucking Lucasfilms because the talent, the know-how, it's just not within me, but it is with them.
And mine is really the patience. I don't have the talent or the know-how, but I don't have the patience first and foremost to even understand and get the talent.
It's really patience because no one's gonna best me like doing homework. Like it's me. I loved homework. I'm a geek, but patience is my problem. I don't have time to learn this thing.
Patience is really what it is, and I pray for it all the time, and yet.
Let's take a break because I need to tell you some racist shit I discovered.
Oh God.
Hit it, Claude.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So we're back with Beyonce and Kelly and Michelle, Destiny's Child. They are reuniting right here on The Oprah Show. How does it feel to be together again on stage in front of millions of people?
It's so magical. Amazing. It's amazing. A lot of people said that.
And we're back. So the other day on Instagram, I was on live and I was going through my albums of all my CD books from like high school and college and stuff. And you know what's wild is that when you're going through this and you be like, oh, wow, they're canceled. So I got to like a whole section of people that I'm like, we can't listen to them anymore.
Okay.
So if you're on Patreon, you can see this. But like, look at this whole page right here.
So I see NDI Rio in there.
Yeah. Just this side. These two are iconic because I didn't even tell you that. Did I tell you? Okay, so we were talking about like beloved celebrities. Mm-hmm. And we were like, you know, it would be so fucking wild if somebody came up to you and was like, you know who I don't fucking like? Queen Latifah. And
you'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Or Missy Elliott.
Yeah, like, what did they do to you?
Right.
Like, and if they did something to you, what did you do?
What did you do to make them do something to you? That's one of those where I'd have problematic ideology. I'm like, no, it has to be you. It has to be.
It has to be you. Like, no one else.
But problematic ideology, what did you do to make them upset?
Yeah. Exactly.
It's Missy Elliott and Queen Latifah. Like, who hates Queen Latifah, honestly?
Who? Like, that would be so, like, that's so random. And, like, she has never given us a reason to. You know
Unless
what I mean?
She stole your bitch or something. But, like, I can't imagine.
And even then, that just means you need to step your pussy up.
That's really it. Like, I would imagine if I lost my bitch to Queen Latifah, I'd have to be like, bow out.
Yeah.
Like, bow out, Queen.
Yeah, you did that.
Yeah, you
I'm not
did.
worthy.
I'm not.
I'm not.
She deserved better.
Yeah. But it's wild because I was going through this and I realized even more, like Carlos Santana, you know, they're transphobic. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very, actually.
No more.
Stopped a whole fucking concert just to be hateful.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
What is actually? See, this is why I told you I'm trying to do preventative work on my face that's not Botox. No shade. I'm not shaming. It's just my choice. And so I'm trying not to frown or squint too much. But see, the stuff like this comes up and I can't help myself. Because this nigga really stopped an entire show at a festival. Stopped a whole set just to be hateful.
Yeah.
A woman is a woman and a man is a man. Whatever you want to do in the closet, that's your business. So I'm okay with that. I am like this with my brother Dave Chappelle.
Like, that's some serious shit, dog.
I'm sorry. What?
Like, you know what I mean? Like, he don't have any songs about, like, bathrooms or, like, he has songs about smoking weed in the back of a Caprice. But here we are. I'm assuming.
Oh.
But it's Carlos Santana. I can't imagine he's making, like, songs about war. Like, you know what I mean?
No, absolutely not. And clearly we can't listen to his viewpoint on war.
No, clearly not.
The nigga be like, I'm Cuban.
But I realized, like, I have a lot of, like, you remember them radio CDs, the promotional CDs that they used to give out? It'd be like mixtapes.
Yeah.
They used to put a lot of R. Felony on them.
Oh, I forgot he was on Lauryn Hill's To Zion. It's a good thing I hate that song. I'm sorry. I know it's about her child. I just hate the song.
Oh, I told you I hate that song. I hate songs about children. I hate songs with children in them.
You hate blue? You hate the blue song?
Yeah. I hate the blue song. I hate Stevie Wonder's, what's that?
What, Sir Duke?
The one about the baby. Yes, Sir Duke. I don't care for that song.
Oh, Isn't She Lovely? Isn't She Lovely?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The song
Both
about
of them,
Aisha.
Don't care. Yeah.
I'm trying to look at his Carlos Santana's
I
tracks.
hate a lot of Fabulous's discography because it has kids on it, children on it. Don't hate on us. We're fabulous. That's weird.
Wait, no, that's Jaheim.
Who did I say?
You said fabulous.
Well, I hate that nigga's catalog too. I hate the way he dresses. He dresses like a child.
Because Fabulous is a terrible, terrible person.
He dresses like a child. Yes, and he's an abuser, so fuck him too.
Speaking of dressing like children, I saw Jim Jones and Joel Santana doing a photo shoot uptown. And you want to talk about arrested fucking development. I don't know why these niggas think that. You know what? I do know why they think it's going to come back. Because it always does. It doesn't matter how ugly it is. But some of this stuff, like the fact that they brought back that Jerry curl. Why won't they just let certain things die? Let me find this Jim Jones and Joel Santana. Because they were doing... It was a photo shoot is what I found out it was. It looked like niggas just taking pictures uptown. But it ended up being a photo shoot. And Joel's Santana photo shoot. Oh, so many. Okay, recent photo shoot.
I just
don't hate on us. We're fabulous. See if it's on here. Is it on? Oh God! Even Joel Santana's fucking Instagram. Chaotic. Like this. In what world are we still doing this?
You know what it is? What's poppin', boy? We here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Got that big boy. I told him now I could drive the big boy. I just threw the rims on my joint, you know what I'm saying? So now I feel comfortable driving my joint. Now it look like the B-boy car and all that, you know what I'm saying?
You got the rims on it.
The rims on it.
What are these, like 20?
like, I gotta be honest, like, that's like the urban version of when people wear purple. Like, that's a recovery. That's a recovery.
Like an 8-ball jacket.
Yeah, that's a recovery outfit. Like,
you're right.
You know what I mean?
It is.
Like a recovery tracksuit.
No, you're right. It is. It actually...
People in recovery love suits. There's no casual separate. It's too much to think about with clothing. You got to focus on your focus. Well, nigga, are you in recovery?
From something, I'm sure.
We're all in recovery.
Based off of some of the terrible things that have come out of my mouth today, I would say, yeah.
Well, nigga, get you a Juicy Couture jumpsuit and get on with the winning
I might bring it back. If niggas can wear Von Dutch hats, I can absolutely put on a Juicy Couture suit right now.
Oh, absolutely. Niggas are riding around here with Razor scooters talking about it's better for the environment. Why not get a Von Dutch hat
and a Scooty bike? That's a Scooty bike. Get it right. Raycon Electronics, okay, doing their thing for the 99 and the 2024.
It's so funny seeing or watching YouTube videos or hearing podcasts that are like white host led, and then you hear a Raycon ad.
See?
It's like we'll be listening to Jim Cornette, who is a 62-year-old white man talking about wrestling, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, the people at Raycon.
You should see his glasses site.
Oh, I have. I almost purchased a pair, but I wasn't
talk about
sure.
Something ambiguous, and he said, "I'm getting everybody's money. I'm calling these glasses the Amanda." I said,
"Yeah.
I'm going to make this as safe as I absolutely possibly can." Did you say you saw the color purple, or you didn't?
No, I didn't, because I didn't bother. Because your mom
didn't want to go.
Yeah.
Because your mother had no interest in going to support black arts.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom went to go see it either.
She didn't go see it. My mother, she's like the last movie she went to go see I could think of was Woman King.
Sure.
Which,
clearly she's a better black person than me.
Yeah. You know, she was right. I mean, like her point, she made points when she said, she was like, girl, it's about rape. I was like, no, but yes, but no.
Yeah, but no. Right,
No.
which is why little ashy ass Boosie talking about he can't expose his daughter to lesbianism and some other stupid fucking shit. And it was like, sir, but you will expose her to sexual assault, incest.
Do you watch Maddie in the? I know you don't, but for all the purposes,
Maddie in the Morning?
do you? Yeah.
I love T.S. Madison so much. Love her.
Yeah. Yeah, Maddie in the Morning. She had a whole episode about, because she and Bootsy had an exchange about that, about the color purple and his ignorant comments or whatever. And so she read him down.
Sat there with your daughter and watched Mr. beat, sexually destroy, and drag Celie all over the floor. You sat there with your daughter and watched Mr. bring the side chick into the house with Celie. But then you got up to leave when you saw Celie finally find love and compassion and some sort of temporary relief from Mr.'s prison.
On Maddie in the Morning. If you don't know, T.S. Madison has a YouTube show. She comes on several times a day, but she has a morning called Maddie in the Morning where you get your tea and stuff, and then there's an evening show, depending upon, what's happening in the world. And she usually airs out the people who she argued with on the internet the night before that morning. So she took 30 minutes to call him everything but a child of God, and that he couldn't read. Which
good.
Yeah.
Good. He can.
And and she let him know, like, you hypocrite, like, you have all these.
Didn't he let his
things
child
since-
get lap dances and I'm sorry. Didn't he let his child get
Hold on a
head?
second.
Didn't his child get head from a grown woman?
Yes, allegedly.
That
Also-
allegedly that he orchestrated, allegedly.
Yes. Also, did you see this this little coon chilling in the club the other night with these other Negroes, with Drake and all these other rappers and the other homophobic Twitch streamer who's only homophobic because with Kai Stinnett or whatever, the one that was with that Nicki and Offset hung out with, who's now mad at who's now
he's
mad
homophobic?
at Lil Nas. Yeah, he mad at Lil Nas X because of his little like religious, sacrilegious cosplay that he's been doing.
Wait.
Exactly.
Fake outrage is so nuts. You're mad at Lil Nas X being quote unquote sacrilegious in your eyes, and has this nigga ever once mentioned anything biblical or whatever on his page the whole time he's had it?
Outside of
Or do-
only God can judge me. No.
He just wanted to be hateful to Lil Nas X and use that as his aim.
Yeah, people.
Okay.
People love to throw stones while living in glass houses.
Yeah.
And so, whatever. What he could have just said to Lil Nas X was that his song sucks, because it does.
Or he could have said nothing to him at all.
That's true.
You could have just minded your little ass business over there making money hosting sleepovers. I gave him his credit and his props. I said, this was a fabulous idea. I love seeing young black men having a good time. Of course you're hateful. Of course I praised you and you end up being hateful and nasty.
That's why you can't root for niggas.
No, that's not takeaway. That's not.
That's what MLK said in the
No,
book.
that's not. No, you ain't no better than people that. You ain't no better than a KKK leader talking about Martin Luther King said.
Listen, I'm just saying.
The takeaway is not that you can't root for niggas.
You can't.
No.
It's true. Each and every time, it's a consistent disappointment.
So who you saying to root for then?
Yourself.
I am, but I got nigga thoughts and my nigga mind and my nigga body with my like,
and that's fine. And that's fine. You can't help that.
Dr. Cheever, I think I'm sick.
What? What's going on? What kind of symptoms do you have?
Can't swallow. Severe headache.
What's your temperature?
101.8.
It's something that you're born with. You can't,
see, we can't even call an episode "Nigga Thoughts, Nigga Mind." Like, but you said they get buck wild on ads everywhere else. I hate it here. I hate it.
I promise I won't be anti-black in February. I got 2 more weeks to be anti-black, and
I'm just trying to like. Not you with your anti-black clock on, like, oh yes, I got 14 more days to be nasty.
I do it when it comes to Gay Pride Month. Every 2 weeks before May. Oh God.
Why do you go after oppressed people, Ruckus? Oh, you are no good.
Because I mean, you know, it's self-deprecation. I only talk about the people that I belong to.
Okay, that's fair. Same.
Because that's who I know. Like I don't know what's going on with Aladdin. All I know is that it was predicted to be a different way. You know what I mean?
I think I feel the way that you feel about women that say females. It drives me. I pray for their downfall, honestly. Prayers down.
All the time. Like, grow up. Stand up. Get up.
Like females. I'm like, and females be like, I saw this, you know, and it could have been half triggered and then half, but I saw this, just one of those, you know, skits, TikTok skits or whatever the other day, and it was 3 women around a table, and they were like female round tables be like, now, part of it was hilarious. But I cringed at female round tables. Part of it was hilarious because they were like, so I had to choose myself. And then all of them were like, And then the people in the comments were like, they'd be sounding like drones. And I was like, is this an episode of Getting Grown?
It'd be like that in the comments. I'd be managing and I'd be like, ooh, the sisters are feeling this episode. Yes, ma'am.
Sisters, y'all all right?
I'd be like, yes, type 1.
But I was like, yes, black women do be sounding like drones when we are having a meaningful conversation. It's a race car. They were like, sound like NASCAR.
So much communicated through all them.
It is. And we understand what every single one of them means. It's like Phaedra and her mother when they were discussing those peach preserves. I heard Phaedra and weaseled herself onto another reality show.
She did. She is actually my second favorite. Not my second favorite. It's my new favorite reality show, Traitors. I have not watched this season yet for this particular reason. I watched the first season because everybody knows I talk about Cirie and how I've loved her. I've been watching her on TV for years or whatever, on Survivor. But it was an interesting show because it was a mix between reality TV show people and civilians, so regular people that got casted. This particular season is nothing but reality TV people and Michael Jordan's
what are you
son.
talking about?
It's called The Traitors.
Oh, no, I was talking about because my homegirl was telling me, she was like, because something, she's like, you watch Married to Medicine? Because Phaedra, and I was like,
she is on Married.
And I was like, is Phaedra even married to Medicine to be on the show?
No. Carrie tweets Bravo every day. He's like, why is Phaedra on here? She's not a...
Of course.
She's not...
Yeah.
They actually today, they're like, ask us questions. And you know how they'd be like, Keisha from Maryland. And he's like, Carrie from Houston. Why is Phaedra? And it's true,
Carrie,
when I tune in.
Because, I don't, because that's the only part about Twitter. I miss Twitter for very specific reasons. I miss it for Mark and I miss it for Carrie.
Yeah.
And so I did see Carrie pop up on my Instagram on a Beyonce post though. And it was maybe a Kelly post from her husband's 50th birthday. 50th. And Destiny's Child sang.
Well, she looked better, but
she looked incredible. I know. Incredible. But so I saw that Destiny's Child sang happy birthday to him. And so Carrie was like, are the children of Destiny singing happy birthday to Tim? And there is no footage. And somebody else responded. They were like, burn your phones at the door. I was like, yes, burn your phones.
Yeah, they definitely had.
They're not playing those ball-headed ass games.
Hell no.
They're not playing them games. No. So y'all can sit up there and harass them the way that you have been asking for a Destiny's Child reunion and fucking tour. Right. And I know there's a bunch of people listening to this right now like, shut up, Jade. Like, we want the tour. It's like, do y'all really want a Destiny's Child tour and reunion? Think about it.
Yeah.
For what? I don't see y'all out here supporting Michelle's gospel work. And Kelly Rowland is big in the UK. Why? So you niggas just shut up.
It's time to go. Now we cursing out the audience.
I know. I'm sleepy.
Same here. But we love you for listening and watching. Head on down to the Patreon, see the visuals. And we'll talk to you all next time. Bye.
Yes, we're moving on.